on this episode. In his own words.
It was an assignment. Can you do a little $250,000 horror movies called The Babysitter Murders, where babysitters are stalked? And the idea was all teenagers can relate to babysitting. So that way we'll have a little exploitation hit. Sure. If you give me creative control and you let me put my name above the title, I'll do it. And the antagonist, Michael Myers with the mask, was designed not to be a human character or a supernatural character, but a blend. And he's blank because he has this blank mask on, allowing the audience to project into him.
Halloween night. A small American town. Michael?
Halloween.
I'd have heard about all the others, but what do you know about the real brothers? Real brothers. Real brothers.
The story.
The year is 1963. The night, Halloween. Police are called to 43 Lambkin Lane only to discover that 15-year-old Judith Myers has been stabbed to death by her 6-year-old brother, Michael. After being institutionalized for 15 years, Myers breaks out on the night before Halloween. No one knows, nor wants to find out, what will happen on October 31st, 1978, besides Myers' psychiatrist, Dr. Loomis. He knows Michael is coming back to Haddonfield, but by the time the town realizes it, it'll be too late for many people.
Dr. Loomis.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
The scene. Okay, this is the veteran Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oscar award-winning actress.
That's right. That's right. They're coming out of high school.
So I hear this was partly filmed in Illinois and partly filmed in California.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's supposed to be in Illinois. Yeah. I don't think Haddonfield is a real city. I'm not 100% sure about that, though. I should have did a little bit more research on this classic movie. John Carpenter, you rock the most.
John Carpenter has played a big part in our sort of movie, sort of life, watching movies.
See every movie he's ever made if you get a chance, because they're all awesome.
Yeah, and he does the music. That's the man right there. It just seems like a regular day. Just some girls leaving school. Little do they know.
I forgot my chemistry book.
Jamie Lee Curtis, she's straight Hollywood royalty. Father, Tony Curtis. Mother, Janet Leigh from Psycho.
Absolutely. There's that music.
There it is.
Is Jason? No, I'm sorry. Is Michael driving?
Yeah, he sure is.
That's crazy.
You might be able to see him a little bit here.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, jerk!
That is super creepy. Let me show you what really cool.
I'm forgetting that actress in the middle's name, but she was in Carrie.
That's right.
Yeah, played one of the bad girls, the mean girls.
She's a veteran.
Yeah.
You know, Annie, someday you're gonna get someone into deep trouble.
Was she in Stripes?
Yeah, she sure was. In Stripes as well.
I hate
Oh, man.
no sense of humor.
She's awesome. I think some of the actresses and actors and etc. go on tours of promoting that they were in these movies. You know?
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah, people went there for autograph and talk to them, kind of like a Comic-Con.
That's awesome.
Watch the kids sleep.
Someday, if we have a chance, I'd love to go to one of those.
Yeah. It's interesting because this is just a great movie, but how it inspired others to do movies similar around a holiday, you know?
Yeah.
And this, for a lot of people, jacked up the fun of Halloween because after that you're scared. You don't want to, actually go out late at night.
You sure don't.
And be concerned that Jason or Michael might be around the corner waiting for you.
Yeah. See, this movie has a lot of Hitchcock sort of techniques where it'll plant like breadcrumbs about what's going to happen.
Right.
And it's interesting to mention Hitchcock, though, and her mom was in Psycho.
Yeah, that's awesome, right?
And here they go. Here they go. What's coming? Oh, that's scary right
Look
there.
at that. Broad daylight.
That is scary right there. Just standing there.
Yep.
That is creepy. Look where? This girl ain't even looking.
I just noticed the car off to the right that he was driving.
I didn't see that. Let me check it out.
See if they show it now or not. Oh, no. They do it in a different angle.
This girl gonna walk up.
Hey, creep. Lori, dear. He wants to take you out tonight.
I heard Jamie Lee Curtis was very down to earth on this movie, that she helped all the different parts of production and everything, and would move things, for the set.
That's awesome.
And they said she was really just a regular person, even though she comes from very famous parents.
Yeah, she sounds like a really nice person. I'd love to meet her someday.
You must have a small fortune stashed from babysitting so much. You guys think I'm too smart.
I think Scream calls her the queen of screams because she's been in so many scary movies.
Yes, she has. She would be. I would consider her the queen of scream.
You remember Terror Train?
Oh,
We might have to review that one, maybe.
we might have to review that one, yeah, because that was a
classic. Prom night?
Yeah, man. All right, what's happening next? Final thoughts. Man, you talk about a classic movie, Halloween. This is a classic.
Yeah, I remember Cisco and Ebert reviewing the movie
Oh, do you?
and liking it.
Yeah.
And giving John Carpenter a lot of credit for putting a movie that they would normally not like, a slasher movie, but just there's not a lot of blood involved, actually, in this movie.
That's true.
Yeah, and I think
I think that was a conscious choice.
I think they appreciated that it was just more of trying to do the Hitchcock thing.
Yes.
Be suspenseful, tell a good story, have some good acting and good music as well, which if you don't know, John Carpenter did the music for this and a lot of his movies, if not all of his movies.
John Carpenter has kind of a signature style that he developed, and you know if John Carpenter's name was attached, it was going to be good.
Right.
You had Escape from New York.
Right.
You have They Live.
Yeah, They Live.
The Thing.
The Thing is awesome.
So if it's a John Carpenter movie, it's going to be good. I mean, he had some hits or misses, but
Escape from New York.
Escape from New York, classic.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Classic. Snake Plissken.
Yeah. So.
John Carpenter did a great job with his Halloween, and led to many, 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 many different spin-offs. And so, because this movie was such a classic, people still talk about it to this day.
Yeah. It was just such a good. I love Donald Pleasance's character,
Yes.
Dr. Lewis. He's just a good actor. It's just he's just so great. He's just that detective type of psychiatrist who's trying to figure out how to save the town from
Absolutely.
and feeling like the only one who knows that Michael is crazy, and everyone else is like, oh, calm down, nothing's wrong.
I think that sort of gave the movie the feeling like, come on, what are you doing? Because he was trying to convince people, and they weren't really listening to him. And so ultimately it took, the tragic events to get people to realize that something scary is going on.
this presentations that we're giving have a lot of spoilers. So just to forewarn you, if by some miracle you have not seen some of these movies. But in the end of this movie, he shoots Michael Myers while he was trying to attack Jamie Lee Curtis's character, and he falls out the window. And Jamie Lee Curtis looks up at him and asks, "Was that the boogeyman?"
Oh man!
And he says, "Yes, in fact, it was the boogeyman." And I love that scene. That's just such a...
Well, don't they look out, right? And the fool was gone.
And then he's gone. And you're like, whoa, after getting shot several times.
This movie has a couple of scenes that I will always remember. There's that scene, what is it? How does it work where Jamie Lee Curtis is in the room and all of a sudden that fool sits up like that?
Oh, yeah. After she had stabbed him with a hanger.
Scared the doo-doo out of me.
She had opened up the hanger and stabbed him in the eye. Yeah. And then he falls. And so a classic... scary movie that the main girl thinks that the person's dead.
Right.
He comes back and he just sits up nice and slow, and it makes me wish I could have a time machine and go back and say, "I'm from the future, John Carpenter. I just want to watch how you make this scene, because I think it's dope how he just rises super slow."
Yes.
And then looks at Jamie, who has her back to him, doesn't see him.
Man, that is scary. But yeah, it's kind of like sets up for how other movies would do, like the surprise sort of, you think they're dead. If it was me and you, we'd have to stab that fool about 3 or 4 times to make sure that the fool was dead. And they don't do that in the movies. They'll stab once,
right?
Poke him in the eye, and then that's it.
Yeah. The only one that got jiggy with it was Scream.
Oh yeah.
When the killer's pretending to be dead, and Sidney Prescott just shoots him in the head. You ain't coming back from that. So, but that's actually another movie we have to take a look at, because it really talks about scary movies, which we are into, and which this is maybe one of the top 3, easy for sure.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you, John Carpenter. Your movies played a big part in our lives and will continue to do so.